Hello and good morning, friends.
Good morning, BBs. It is too early.
It is, and it's very good to see you. Thank you for starting your morning with us.
The first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan, and we fixed the donation goal. Anthony fixed it.
We did it together as a family, and let me tell you something. That's it. That's all we had to tell you. That's all we had to tell you. Is that
That's the show. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you again on Friday then.
Listen, everybody. Goodbye.
I think Instagram might not be working because mine didn't share either.
Instagram.
Hey, Instagram. Good morning. What the fuck?
Hey, Instagram. Number one, why am I tethered to you for a sense of self-worth and to share important things that are happening?
Uh-oh.
And number two, just fucking work. Or a very good morning to the hackers that are taking down Facebook right now.
Ooh, that would be fun.
A very good morning to the brave engineer inside of Facebook who's destroying everything.
Oh my God. It's like, you know those clips when somebody quits their job at like, you know, a grocery store or a Walmart or something like that.
And they get on the intercom.
They get over the intercom and like knock a bunch of shit over on their way out.
Yeah.
I hope someone's doing that at Facebook right now.
Yeah.
They're getting on the virtual intercom.
Somebody at Facebook is doing a fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out situation.
Exactly what I'm hoping for.
I am ready for that.
That'd be great. Anyways, good morning, BBs. We have, of course, some news to talk about. I'm going to share with you what's been going on.
Yeah.
Did you miss some stuff yesterday? I bet you did. I fucking bet it. And I think
bet you
we
did.
have to start with the thing that probably very few of you missed, which was that Cowboy Bebop trailer. Oh my God.
This is, and I
It's
want
not a trailer.
I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Because the reaction to it was interesting. And it was not what I expected.
Oh, really?
Yes. Let's see. Is Netflix one of the people that content strikes us every time we breathe? No, that's only Warner Brothers.
I don't know. Who's to say?
So we can probably show this Netflix trailer.
Yeah, we will. And then we'll talk about people's response because wow. Yeah.
It's interesting. I think a lot of people didn't get it, if I'm honest, and I'm not somebody who normally says stuff like that about people, but I don't think they got it.
It do seem like a
little loud?
No, no video. Look at the screen.
A little no video? Is that a little no video is what we got?
Yeah, the issue is that they couldn't see it actually.
Oh. Is it loud and also invisible?
It is exactly that.
Great. Well, then why don't we listen? Cowboy Bebop coming. Let's move.
There is music anyways though, so actually maybe we should just play it
without.
without.
It's fine.
It's gonna be fine.
I mean, it do say it running.
Do it say it running? That's very funny.
It do say it running.
Hilarious that it say that.
It do say, hey, it running.
Anyways, they did this really cute. Like I'd say a little cutesy or a little cheesy or intentionally very stylized. They called it the Lost Session, a special presentation. Fuck.
So this is basically like a 2.5 minute short. There's a story to it. And they're playing stylistically with a lot of stuff. People mentioned that it's very Edgar Wright. Mm-hmm. But it's also very like 60s and 70s, very experimental, I freaking love this.
I love this as well. I sent it to Anthony as soon as I saw it because I was like, Anthony loves this. We love this.
Just as a character piece, I think the moment I saw this, I said, as a character piece, as a tone piece for the show, as an intro to these characters for people who don't know who they are, I think this is brilliant. I loved every moment of it. Ugh. And I love, like, they put him in. They're following the canon. I love it.
This is very good.
Now, the reaction to this that people had was...
Ooh, the internet.
Was too stylized, too weird, too cartoony. This is not Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. The first comment you see under this on the Netflix tweet is, people who think this is good didn't watch the show either, because the characters look nothing like their animated counterparts. Like, I feel like they barely even tried to make Spike look right. Everyone else is just insultingly bad. I'm disappointed, but also used to it.
Yeah, and then we've got, this is way too wacky and whimsical compared to the anime. I feel like it completely misses the tone and the vibe of the original. Like, there's a lot of stuff like that. Number one.
Sit on your hands.
This is not what the show is going to look like. This is
it's a special presentation that they did for
This is a short piece that they did to be like, here's an intro to Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be people running around in cartoon borders and like jumping through things.
Oh, it's a whole show.
It's extremely its own thing, just to show you what's going on with Cowboy Bebop.
I also, look, there's a level that this can become justifiable to some extent, but people being like, it doesn't look like the cartoon.
Yeah, now...
These human people?
Well, not just that, but let's remember that a lot of people that are making those comments, number one, believe with all their heart that Spike Spiegel is a white man.
Oh, God.
Even though he's famously based on a Japanese action actor and noir actor. Number two, Cowboy Bebop as anime is, and especially as a noir anime, has all of the racial and gender issues that both noir and anime have.
And those people, as soon as they watch the show, are going to be like, where's the gender and racial issues? I miss them.
So, look. And then number three, like a lot of people are saying in the live studio audience, there are really wacky episodes. Can we talk about the Alien parody and what actually was the monster in the Alien parody? It's a silly show. Can we talk about the Bounty Hunter channel and how silly it is? It's goofy. They are riding a line. They are updating the representation in it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the fucking problem? That looks great.
Stay mad, racist.
Stay mad, everybody. Stay mad. Cassidy Weaver's like, they hate that Faye's not bouncing all over. Yeah. And what I love is that they made Faye look like Faye without it being male gaze, femme fatale, 19, without making it Faye. Like, I think she looks exactly like Faye. They don't look
the same!
I think it's brilliant. I am, like, so hyped for it. I'm 10 times more hyped for it than I was before. And I was ready to explode into confetti before.
As someone who is not yet a Cowboy Bebop fan,
mm-hmm.
Oh, this got me so fucking ready. So pumped. I was like, I should really go back and watch Cowboy Bebop. This looks fun as hell.
Yeah, and it is. It is fun as hell. I will tell you this, Saige. There do be some noir and anime problems, but you're used to that. You know what that's.
I wish I wasn't, but yeah.
You know what that's about. You know. I think it's still a very, very good thing, and I think it almost entirely holds up, except for those issues.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna make anybody happy. You're never gonna make everybody happy.
Of course. And look, if the group of people you've upset are the people that are gonna yell because there's too much representation in their Bebop, then you've upset the correct people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing that these large media companies know, and especially when you're adapting something, they know that there's a certain number of people that no matter what they do,
mm-hmm.
are gonna hate watch.
Yeah.
You can't please them, but they're gonna watch.
Yep.
And so, take their money and make the most people you can happy.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna do a great job.
I think that's nice.
Just Call Me DJM says Jet was always black. Don't at me. Yeah, they just don't put black characters into anime. They just didn't do it. They didn't think about it.
Which,
because
we're working on it.
Because they're a
late, but
they're a very homogenous society. You know what I mean? And so they just were like, they don't think about inclusion as much, and they're getting better about it. But there are certain characters where when you see them, you're like, oh yeah, if you knew anybody that didn't look like you, this
mm-hmm.
character wouldn't look like you.
Yeah.
They're getting better at it.
They are. Hey, let's talk about games.
Well, Before we talk about games,
what do you want?
I do want to talk about the downside of this.
Oh?
Because there's some breaking news this morning.
Pardon?
We love Cowboy Bebop. We love the creative team behind Cowboy Bebop. What we don't love right now, and I don't think my screen's gonna pop up.
Is it still not working? Hold on, let's see. Yes. Okay, well, it's just not. Okay, I got it.
I'll chat about it, and I'll put it in the thing.
Got it. I've got it.
Okay. What we do want to talk about is Netflix employees are about to stage a walkout.
Which obviously, I would like to make it abundantly clear, we are in full support. We are in full and unquestionable support of the employees standing up against the transphobic content in Dave Chappelle's special, which Netflix stood up and stood behind.
Yep. Netflix siding with horrible content and terrible just anti-trans language as opposed to their employees. And the trans employees who were trying to let them know that this is not okay.
And in case anybody has missed this huge piece of news as it passed, he brought up a few different things within the special, but one of the most notable was bringing up J.K. Rowling, saying people are calling her a TERF. He stands by. He agrees with her. He self-identifies as a TERF.
He said he's Team TERF.
He is Team TERF.
This is a man that makes $20 million a special and knows exactly what he's saying and how big his audience is. And just, we talked about this when this first happened. He's just getting older and more bitter. Mm-hmm. And that's a really rough thing to happen to a comedian because they get into that older comedian cycle where they're like, oh, does that trigger you? Does that offend you? Well, look at this. You know what I mean?
And the real issue is not offense. The issue is putting trans people in danger.
Exactly. They're seeing it like it's a very narcissistic view, right? Oh, I said a thing and it made you mad.
Because
what if I do this? Will this make you even more mad?
Because you're old and very, very, very wealthy and not thinking of anybody else.
Yeah.
So, anyways, fuck you, Dave Chappelle. From the bottom of my heart, I think you suck. I think that your last few specials have been absolutely riddled with misogynistic, sexist, and homophobic content. And, of course, we support Netflix employees staging a walkout to really fucking bring something home because they already tried quite a few things. We covered quite a few stories in the last 2 weeks.
Yep. Of course, the first thing that happened was a trans engineer was placed on leave because she tweeted publicly about her dislike for the special and its content after being given permission by the director of her department to call into a directors-only meeting and make her opinion known. Netflix put her on leave for walking into a meeting she was not supposed to be part of.
Right. A director-level meeting.
A director-level meeting, which is bullshit. She had permission to do it. And then, of course, there was somebody who was fired for trying to organize a chat between the employees and Netflix, and was actually terminated for sharing information about the cost of the special with the press, which she did not do. She shared it in an internal email to other Netflix employees, and somebody leaked it to the press, but Netflix has decided that they need to get rid of her because she was organizing. Netflix, this is a shitty look.
It's a real shitty look. So all of this to say that the employees have staged a walkout for today and are currently gathering outside of the Los Angeles headquarters. Some of the quotes from an employee labeled here as just Miss Field said, "It doesn't feel good to have been working at the company that put it out there, especially when we've spent years building out the company's policies and benefits so that it would be a great place for trans people to work. A place can't be great to work if someone has to betray their community to do so." Mm-hmm. And yeah, of course. Absolutely.
So that's what's going on. We would love for this to get worked out. Mm-hmm. We would love for this to get worked out in favor of the employees. We would love to see the terminated employee reinstated. Mm-hmm. The engineer field. I forget her first name. She's the one that was placed on leave. And I remember it was immediately like, how do you go back? How do you go back to that office? How do you go back to work there when this is the treatment you were given? Like, how do you log in and continue to do your work after that? Like, if I was her, I would be looking for a new job right now. And if I was any other streaming platform, I'd be trying to poach her right now.
Yeah.
If I needed an engineer.
Yeah.
Because how do you do that? You know, this is something that we've been talking about with the Activision Blizzard thing too, where it's just like, how do you go back to work there every day? Once it's all made public and you see that they're trying to ignore it and push it and, you know, sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Because you obviously go into something like this thinking, I'm going to make my feelings known. And I don't think that I, as one employee, am going to get the Dave Chappelle special pulled or something. You know what I mean? But I'd like to know that I get a response from the higher-ups that say they're listening and they understand.
Yeah.
And instead, they try to silence you and push you into a corner as quickly as possible. How do you go back to work?
So here's what you can do, everybody. You can cancel your Netflix subscription. And hey, you don't have to cancel it forever. In theory, if policies change, if they adjust, if they take down the special and the walkout was effective, these people aren't asking you to do that. But as Geek Outs in the live studio audience points out, it's not like they have a sign-up fee. But seeing those cancellations could be extremely effective in letting people that are only concerned about money understand that we recognize, we are aware of, and we stand with the employees that are walking out today. I encourage you to do so. I will be doing so personally. And that's a great place to start.
Yeah. M. Jason O. in the live studio audience says family and debt. That's why they stay. We understand technically why people stay at jobs under capitalism. What I'm saying is, that fucking sucks. How do you get up in the morning and still go to a place where you know that you're hated and disrespected?
We're not saying these people shouldn't go to work. We're saying understand the plight and the struggle that they are dealing with this morning. That's it. Understand what a challenge that must be, knowing that they have to go to that workplace.
Hey, and you know what? Shout out to all the real ones that have just been using somebody else's Netflix login for years.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to everybody who had a college roommate, and you've still got that login.
Yep.
Bless your heart, you're doing it right. But don't watch anything on their account either. Just stop streaming Netflix stuff today. And probably until they, fucking make this better. Am I right?
Yep. There we go. Finished cancellation. I will not, you know what? I will be giving them a reason for transphobia.
There it is. There it is.
There we go. All done.
Now that that's done, let's jump into
now we can talk about games?
Let's jump into
All
games.
right, let's talk about games. Let's talk about one of my favorite games. Let's talk about Sea of Thieves.
Oh, the pirate's life. On your beautiful customized ship with your beautiful bone kitten.
We love the pirate life in this house.
You can avoid Johnny Depp if you want to. You don't have to play the Johnny Depp stuff.
It's not Johnny Depp.
I know, but it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
Yeah. Johnny Depp's not in the game.
He's not in the game.
There's no reason to. He's not in the game. Sea of Thieves is celebrating 25 million players by making it so if you log in between now, starting yesterday, and October 26th, you'll just get 25,000 gold and 25 doubloons. That's the blue money.
Oh, that's that good blue money.
That's that good blue money, which is no longer in Lorena's marketplace, but it's fine. That's a good amount of gold.
That is a good amount of gold.
That's a good amount of gold.
And that's all pirates want.
Is a good amount of gold.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's all.
If you haven't played in a while, go log in and get your money, of course. That's kind of it that's happening, which is really funny. I mean, it's just celebrating 25 million players. It's not any like particular anniversary or anything. But like, I gotta say, the game is so good. The game is so full. Sure, Johnny Depp is the worst.
Yeah.
The Pirates of the Caribbean quests, though, are excellent. They are absolutely, they make the game feel very, very full and refreshed. And I look forward to them doing more things like that. I think that that's very fucking cool.
Yeah. I keep meaning to jump back in, and now that I have not played Genshin literally since the musk.
Since it got musked?
Since it got musked. I can smell the musk all over it. I can just smell it. Like just adding that amount of naked capitalistic fetishism to my fantasy world,
It's ruined it.
it just kind of killed it.
It
for
totally
me.
shattered the glass.
And I was grinding. I had some characters that were getting very high level.
Yeah.
You good? I had one or two that were gonna be close to level cap, and I just like, I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm a
it's
pirate
Musk
again.
now. Oh, Kaylin Roar. We'll shout out all of the donations at the end of
Yeah, I
the
saw
stream,
this.
but oh my goodness.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up before we moved on to the next story.
Incredibly kind and generous. Holy hell.
Kaylin Roar with the big dono, but also Dave's special really hurts. Dave Chappelle was my childhood. I grew up on Dave Chappelle. I loved Dave Chappelle. But as someone who's just trying to be a better person than I was yesterday, fuck you, Dave Chappelle. And I feel like
That's relatable for a lot of people.
we all sort of feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We always got Fortnite news. Fortnite's always got something.
Hey! Shout out to my Cube Queen, very good friend of the show, Sarah Amale, who got to announce she was the Cube Queen yesterday. Very, very happy for her.
What's a Cube Queen?
The Cube Queen from Fortnite Mares. She's the big bad.
Oh, congratulations.
She's the big bad.
Wow.
Yeah. She'd crush a butterfly in her hand, and she'd talk real mean.
Y'all, Fortnite, of course, as they do with every big release, is doing a Dune crossover. Very exciting. You get your skins that look like the characters.
Whoa, it's Paul Atreides from Fortnite.
You know the characters from the Dune. I haven't read it. And you might know the big worm. Even I know Big Worm.
You know the big worm, from Beetlejuice.
The worm looks a little like a butthole to me.
That worm do look a bit like a butthole. And that's fine.
You know what they did, though, to make it look, probably with the intention of making it look less like a butthole. I assume the main motivation, probably, was they made it look like this in the game.
I fucking love that.
They gave you Big Worm.
I think that's so funny. I think that is so very good.
Big Worm. Just in case you couldn't tell which one is which, the top one is from the film, and the lower one is from Fortnite. If I go back and forth quickly, you probably wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to even tell the difference. I see two shy haloods.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But this one's Fortnite. I think it looks pretty funny.
I guess I just... it's 2021, and I should not be surprised. But Paul Atreides, the Muad'Dib, the last Duke of the House Atreides, the Mahdi of the Freeman, is in fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
You know Paul Atreides from Fortnite? You know when Paul Atreides from Fortnite uses a Gatling gun on Ryu from Fortnite?
Yeah, of course.
And then Superman from Fortnite is watching?
With a midi gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I can't even deal. Now, there's a little something brewing in the chat, and I'm just going to quash it. As soon as, just right now. You can think whatever you want about Amber Heard. You can think whatever you want about Johnny Depp. What you can't do is deny that courts have said that Johnny Depp did the thing. Maybe not a U.S. court, but a bunch of courts have said he has done the thing. Maybe she did the thing as well. We're not talking about her.
Right.
Because she's not in Pirates of the Caribbean. If we ever bring up something that's relevant to her, perhaps we will talk about her.
Moving on. Let's talk about my least favorite thing.
Okay.
In one of my favorite things.
Great.
NFTs and Dead by Daylight. Terrible combination, isn't it?
I mean, it is a horror game, and there's nothing I'm more afraid of right now than NFTs.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that said, I am disappointed.
So, what we're disappointed about, Dead by Daylight's Pinhead, which we were very excited for, is now an NFT.
So basically, they've taken the models, the Dead by Daylight assets of Pinhead, and they've made a series of NFTs based on it. Yo, this is greater fool theory all the way down, right? Have any of y'all taken, like, this is basic economics. We all understand this. Everybody that's buying an NFT right now believes that there is a larger fool than them who will buy it from them at a small profit. They all know it's a bubble, but they think that they're too smart to get caught by the bubble.
I guess. Like, it just feels like the silliest scam. It really does feel like 100 years from now, people are going to look back. Like, the way that we joke about people giving, like, heroin as medicine.
Yeah.
The way that we're like, oh, yeah, you just prescribe a woman a lobotomy and a little bit of cocaine and call it a day.
Tap, tap.
Exactly. They have to be doing that about NFTs in the future, right?
But here's the thing. Yes, 100%. If any evidence of NFTs survives, they're going to be like, why were they buying JPEGs of Neopets?
Right.
What is a Neopet? Why did they pay $10 million for this?
Right.
But just like the rest of all of our media from modern society, it will not exist in the future.
Right.
Because there is no physical media anymore. We are as Ozymandias. We will disappear. And I like that. I like that better than like us being able to look at the people from 200 years ago and be like, holy shit, y'all sucked. Yeah. I would rather people not know how much we sucked. I'd rather we just be like a little blip that's missing. You know, like we're the blip that comes right before like the Star Trek version of society where it's like
a nice little like utopia,
right? But like without the colonialism.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the way they're doing Star Trek now.
Okay.
Where it's just like, oh, there's no money and everything is free and we live in a beautiful society and we value education and it's all cool. But what happened right before us? Oh,
on
we don't know.
On a different planet.
Oh, we don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. What happened? We know that Vermeer painted some stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then nothing for a while.
Yeah.
And then us.
I hope that... Let me think. I hope that... What do I hope that they remember of our time, right? Like, I hope they remember Noodle.
Noodle?
Noodle the pug.
Noodle the pug? Oh, sure.
I hope they remember Noodle.
I hope they genuinely believe that we
went by like a calendar system.
We were religiously into bones or no bones.
Yeah.
I hope they think that was our spirituality.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
You know?
Yeah, because like I'm sure there's so much stuff that we've misconstrued where it's like, yeah, I don't know, and they're like, yeah, I don't know. For a while they worshipped a pug, a religion formed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that they remember the Gersperms meme.
Yeah.
I hope that they get that. I hope that trickles out.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And maybe the Vlogbrothers.
I hope they get the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they look back and they're like, this is how they solved all of their political issues.
They baked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll notice there's no prize.
There's no prize. It's simply for love and just good times, and maybe they think that that's how we like solved giant political like issues.
Yeah, that's how we held our elections.
Yeah, there were no wars, only the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah. There were cupcake wars.
There were cupcake wars. Oh, the cupcake wars of 2020. Children, gather around as I tell you.
Let me spin you a tale of the cupcake wars.
But anyway, look, I've said this before about NFTs. If you're an artist, I don't blame you for trying NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
In our current society, this may be the one and only chance for you to secure the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that. What's that guy's name? David Cho, who is friends of Mark Zuckerberg, and like he was a graffiti artist who just like painted all of the Facebook's office in exchange for stock.
Yeah.
Because they were buds, and now that guy's like a billionaire. Like, get that bag.
Good for you.
Get that bag. That dude didn't know.
Yeah, of course.
You know? That dude didn't know. I wish everybody a very get the bag, except for the corporations that are trying to jump on this.
Of course.
Dead by Daylight, you know better. You know better.
Do better. Let's talk about something beautiful. The opposite of an NFT. The opposite of NFT is love.
You know what? when future societies look back, I hope this is the only relationship that endures.
Isabelle and Doom Guy. Look at them. They're perfect.
They're perfect together.
Now, what came about here, obviously, the most recent Smash Bros. Update means that technically you can have Doom Guy as one of your Mii Fighter skins, and Isabelle, who's actually in the game. It means they can finally be together in a game for the first time ever.
Their best friendship is now canonical as far as we're concerned.
I think they're in love.
I mean, from what we're going to go over some recent events that really make it look like maybe Doom Guy's a little more into Isabelle.
I think they're in love. I think
Do
it's
you?
sweet.
Do you think that she's just not as into like PDA as he is?
I think they're just shy.
She's definitely more shy than he is.
Doom, the official Doom account, tweeted out Happy New Horizons with this beautiful image of Isabelle and Doom Guy holding hands.
So good.
Look at this. It's beautiful. It's so cute. It's perfect. And when Nintendo
first announced the event, I love this.
When Nintendo announced an Animal Crossing Direct back in February of 2020, we have a look at this. Will Isabelle be there?
That's so cute.
They're in love.
That's so cute.
They're in love. On October 19th, just yesterday.
Together at last.
The two of them in Smash Bros.
Do you know what? Maybe it's just that because of her job, Isabelle can't have her social media full of stuff like this.
She works for Nintendo.
She's got to keep it squeaky clean.
Uh-huh.
You know, Doom Guy's got to post all. Is Isabelle liking the posts? Is Animal Crossing liking the posts at least?
I mean, look, that would be from a company account. I'm not expecting that she's doing this from the company account.
That's fair.
But look at the way she's looking at Doom Guy.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe they are.
They're in love. There's literally no story here other than Doom Guy tweeting out the photo. Together at last. That's it. That's the whole story, and that's worth it.
If not her, at least he is very smitten.
Absolutely. And that's adorable. Come on. I mean, we'll just see if Nintendo liked it.
No.
Nothing from Nintendo, but also, again, it's her company account.
It's the company account. I understand.
You know? She can't speak for all of Nintendo. Doom can speak for Doom. He's Doom Guy. Hey, what's going on there, bud?
Fucking, you know.
What's in there?
You would think a computer.
Uh-huh.
But I'm shaking it around and no computer come out.
Oh, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
This is the beautiful relationship we deserve to see.
Doom outfits in Animal Crossing when? Nintendo?
And then give us an emote that makes him kiss.
Yeah, make them kiss. Why don't you make them kiss?
Oh my god. What if they made it so villagers could just have an emote with it? And then I could make them kiss.
And then you can make them kiss.
That would have look, I was a child for many years with Animal Crossing.
Sure.
And I was deeply and romantically in love with Stitches, the bear.
I know this. Yeah.
Imagine.
Mm-hmm. Can you believe?
If you could just make them kiss.
Just make them kiss. That's all we're saying.
Oh my god.
In more juxtapositions of children's media and I guess adult media, do we want to talk about what happened with Bratz Dolls?
Oh, let's talk about what happened with Bratz Dolls, because I love this.
I actually love this too. Bratz has been on point, and I had not noticed. You brought it to my attention after we were looking at this last night.
Yes.
That Bratz has been on the game.
So first we have to talk about a phenomenon in late stage capitalism, which is big companies hiring 20-something-year-olds to run their social media and saying, I don't know, run it like a Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
And this is happening everywhere right now.
And sometimes the companies say that and they don't mean it, and things get a little weird, and you get like a very high fellow kids vibe from it.
Well, sometimes they hire like a 50-year-old to run it like a Gen Z.
Right, and sometimes they hire the Gen Z and then don't let the Gen Z go as far or say as much as they need to.
Sure.
That's what we're talking about. But sometimes they get it.
Sometimes they just fucking nail it, and they nail it so much that the world wasn't ready for it. And Bratz, with a Z, the dolls
with a Z.
The dolls of the childhood are celebrating 20 years with a passion for fashion. And people are a little upset about something that they posted that personally I fucking love.
I think it's the best. This is the entire iconic moment from Jennifer's body done with Bratz dolls.
This is so good. This is so good. Hold on. So then, naturally, I went to the Bratz Twitter account, okay?
What is Bratz doing right now? What's Bratz up to, we wonder?
Is Bratz doing right now? We had to ask. They made a Twitch account.
Bratz is on Twitch.
Bratz did a stream on Twitch. They did a stream on Twitch where they hired just like a cute Zillennial baddie to stream for them. Let me get to their Twitch account because I'll show you a little bit.
Yeah, and not just that. Not only are they doing this, they are posting the best stuff to their Instagrams. They're doing like moment in the life, like day in the life. Here she is. This is their Twitch. She's playing like the old Bratz games.
Come on.
And just like chilling.
I wish I'd known. I would have watched. Looking at Bratz dolls?
It's apparently the 20th anniversary of Bratz, which is why this is going on. And Bratz has always been a brand that adults have sort of hated that their kids were into, you know? They've always sort of been like, oh, look at these. They're like vapid Barbies. They're like club girl Barbies. They're like promiscuous Barbies.
Yeah, okay, housewife Barbie.
Yeah, and it's just like, shut up, dude. They're just
okay.
Whatever. It's fine.
Bratz. Hey. Hey. Hey, Bratz.
Hey, Bratz.
Hi, I'm a professional internet host.
It's true. She has the license and everything.
It is now my dream. It's not my dream. It's not my absolute dream to stream for Bratz. Please. Please. Bratz.
Bratz, Saige stream when?
Look, like, I'd fit in. Right?
She's got big eyes.
I dress like a club girl.
She dresses like a club girl. Come on. Let her
Please.
Bratz.
I beg you. Let me do a stream.
Let her do it.
Just let me do a Bratz stream.
Let her do it.
Let me do a Bratz stream.
Cowards.
Let me stream on those overlays you got there. Because they some good overlays.
The other things that they did is they've been posting like photos and short clips on TikTok that are just like the Bratz doing their everyday things. And what I love is like they had a couple of the Bratz Tweevils spotted leaving the Facebook headquarters. They did one of like some of the Bratz like on a date that I really enjoyed.
Oh,
they went to like
yeah.
a party or they went to a gallery or something.
We had one that was for National Coming Out Day. That was so cute. Look at this.
Roxy and Nevra.
Do we have canonically queer Bratz?
We have canonically queer Bratz. We love that.
Oh my God, we love it so much. Are you kidding me?
It could not be better. This is very good.
Please, I too am canonically queer. Let me stream for Bratz.
Yeah. Let her stream for Bratz.
It's canon. I love this. We love Roxy and Nevra on their haunted house date night. All I want is a girl that looks like a brat to go on a haunted house date night with.
Do the Bratz need like a dad who doesn't get it but is really rooting for them?
Oh my God, that would be.
Could I come in with like a Professor Utonium style pipe and just be like, honey, I don't understand this internet thing you're doing, but I want you to know that if it makes you happy, it makes me happy.
Anthony,
yeah.
Hear me out. Lonely Girl 15 style.
Yeah.
We'll convert this room into a bedroom set.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll sit on my laptop and stream with my feet kicked and crossed behind me in like chunky like platform sandals.
Real Delia's catalog.
Okay? And Anthony will play the out of touch parental figure question mark that comes in.
Maybe I've got cookies sometimes, or like pigs in a blanket.
Exactly. And this is it's starting to sound a little bit like a porn intro, and it's fine. It's not. It's going to be very wholesome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play early, like, Y2K Bratz browser games. Or, like, CD-ROM games.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have a whole character that comes in with various snacks.
Yeah.
Really cute. I baked you cookies.
Just checks in.
Just checks in.
Just checking in.
And we'll stream. We'll do it weekly.
Yeah.
Weekly, right?
We'll do a Bratz show.
We'll do a Bratz show. Hi, Bratz.
There could be a fun, that fun thing that happens where like, now we're gonna do Dad's makeup, like that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Real slumber party.
We'll make
shit.
you look like a brat.
Real slumber party shit.
Oh my God, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. We'll create a whole metaverse.
Dylan Scott Davis does bring up an interesting point. I am the oldest man on the internet. Should I not be Grandpa? I think Grandpa's not on the internet yet. I think I'm the oldest. I think I'm Dad. I think I'm the oldest person that understands internet. That's what it is.
Let me just show you one more thing. It says check out our Instagram to see how you may qualify. Traumatized by the Bratz Kids Sleepover Adventure movie. Justice for the Bratz Pack. If so, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
I love it.
A bunch of fake billboards. Traumatized.
When does this come out? The 7th. So this is doing a little Nas X riff. I
think this is just a weird.
Yeah, maybe. Thing.
Maybe it's Lil Nas X. I love this. I fucking love it.
Hey everybody, Bratz is cool. Bratz is cool, and that's what we're saying.
If you're not following Bratz on Twitter, what are you doing?
Now something else came out. That's something that I remember from my childhood, and went the opposite way so far.
Ooh.
Went the opposite way so far. During the DC fandom, we got a little 30-second teaser for SuperPets, the film. The animated film based on the pets. This is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's double dipping. He's double dipping in the DCU.
Yeah.
He's Black Adam, but he's also Crypto the Super Dog. And Kevin Hart is Ace the Bat Hound. And that teaser was like, look, if we hadn't already been content struck by WB this week, I'd show it to you.
Of course.
But we have already been content struck by WB this week.
Mm-hmm.
And we love you, WB. We love you, but come on, stop it. Every time we try to be excited about your stuff, you content strike us. It makes us sad. You can't do that.
I am just sitting here.
Yeah, you just sit here. Tweet at Bratz. Are you tweeting at Bratz?
I'm trying to tweet at Bratz.
Yeah, you just tweet at Bratz. So watch it on your own, but it's mostly a hilarious gag about Ace the Bat Hound peeing in a park. That's what we got.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was rough. But they're really putting a lot behind this. They really want this to be a thing. They want kids to love the SuperPets.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put out a League of SuperPets game trailer, which we're also not going to show you because, once again, we're very sensitive. We're still waiting to hear back on that first strike we got this week.
I feel like I could probably just with no audio whatsoever. I don't know.
I mean, if my screen was working, I might give you a little. It's like an on-rail flying shooter. It looks like Panzer Dragoon for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Which, cool. Whatever. It's a game for kids.
You fly and you shoot.
You fly and you
kids.
shoot.
We're not going to judge something that's made for kids. Of course, we're not the target audience. That makes sense. I'm doing my best to become not the child in any given situation gracefully.
Yeah.
In accepting that, things like the Addams Family movies that are being made right now, the animated films.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm not going to judge them because they weren't made for me, and that's okay.
Well,
and not everything is for me. even though I am a big Addams Family fan,
Yeah.
I understand that that has a target audience and they can have it.
Sure.
And I'm happy for them.
And I think there are some times where you can look at it, not get angry about it, because once again, it's not for you, but just go, I don't think that's the spirit of the thing. You know?
Yes.
Like with the Addams Family, the new Addams Family animated films, I think we can look at those and go, I don't think that's the spirit of the thing. And with the SuperPets, when Ace the Bat Hound is comic relief that's peeing in a park. I mean, it's the SuperPets, so it's SuperPets, so I'm not super invested, but also doesn't feel like it's the spirit of the thing. That's all. That's all. The DCEU is certainly all over the place. You know what I mean? There are things we love. There are things we don't love. Are you just tweeting at Bratz?
No, leave me alone. Yeah.
This is like a Doom Guy Isabelle situation. You don't want to look too thirsty when you're tweeting at Bratz. You know what I mean?
I think they might be into it.
Okay. All right. You play that Star Wars tabletop, that Fantasy Flight?
I have not.
It's very good.
I have not played it, and I would like to. Someone run me a Fantasy Flight Star Wars game.
I'll run you a Fantasy Flight Star Wars
Run me
game.
a Fantasy Flight Star Wars game, Anthony.
I'll do it.
What are you doing?
I'm not scared.
What are you doing right now? Why aren't you doing it right now?
Because I'm tweeting at Bratz.
That's fair. That's the only acceptable reason to not be.
Because I'm tweeting at Bratz.
Well, hey. Hey, Edge Studio. You making a Star Wars TTRPG?
They certainly are. Now, Edge Studio is a developer that is under the same banner as Fantasy Flight Games. They're both under Asmodee Games. And they're hoping to keep both in print, but they're hoping that this will be an even newer, better, cooler, or maybe just different tabletop system. We have leading the project is the lead developer from Edge of the Empire, if you ever played that. It do look good. They announced they put like a 9-minute video up.
That is Edge of the Empire.
Oh, this is Edge of the Empire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Wait, no. But they did. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Edge of the Empire.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes. Edge of the Empire, Rebellion, Force and Destiny. The new one doesn't have a name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is an old video for Edge of the Empire. Got it.
Polygon just threw it in there.
Polygon just threw
it in there.
I was really hoping we had like a 9-minute explanation of what this new one was going to be.
I know, right?
Huh.
Yeah. They did say with Edge, I'm really thrilled to have a chance to try something new. I hope that we can create something fresh for our fans while at the same time creating something that is going to awaken the same passion for Star Wars in a new generation that I felt growing up.
I love it.
Very exciting. They're also currently working on a TTRPG based on Fantasy Flight's Twilight Imperium right now.
Ooh.
And a 40-page sample was revealed Saturday. It's a free RPG day?
It's free RPG day.
It's the first time I'm hearing about free RPG day. What the fuck is that about?
I don't know.
That's sick. Anyways, I love this. I want this. I want it now. I want details. Give me some. Give me some art. Give me some like rolling table insight.
What do you think takes less time to play? A tabletop campaign based on Twilight Imperium, or just a straight up fucking game of Twilight Imperium?
Ooh.
Have y'all ever played Twilight Imperium?
I've only seen Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium is like, baby, you gotta like call into work. You gotta take a week off if you're gonna play a game of Twilight Imperium.
You gotta rent a cabin.
Yeah.
Up in Big Bear.
You'll never get people together to play
Take
Twilight
5 of your
Imperium.
friends and you lock them in. You don't tell them. You lock them in. And then out from under the coffee table, you pull out Twilight Imperium. And you go, this is what we're here for. And they're like, I thought we were skiing, Dave.
Look, we've booked this cabin for a week. If we can finish a game of Twilight Imperium and there's time left, we will go skiing.
Now sit down and pick a color.
Blue Pirate asks a very interesting question in the live studio audience. Was this not already a thing? My D&D game was Star Wars based. I made a Wookiee and a droid. Reskinning D&D has always been a thing. And you should always bring your own creativity to D&D. Fantasy Flight the Fantasy Flight games don't play the same way as D&D does. And it is built specifically around the lore and the idiosyncrasies of Star Wars. You know, like if you were going to be Han Solo in D&D, you'd probably make him a rogue, right? But there is a smuggler in the Star Wars tabletop that is much more built for a character like that.
Also, it's fun to play different systems. We love D&D, but there are so many different systems. I could play a horror game in Dungeons & Dragons, and I do, but I also want to sit down and play 10 Candles.
Yeah.
Blades in the Dark has its own separate system that's going to make it a fun, different game experience.
Yeah, you can put like a cyberpunk skin on D&D, or you can play the cyberpunk RPG, or you can play Shadowrun.
Right.
You know, it's all up to what is kind of like what rules work best for you, and what works best for the story that you want to tell. And I think the Fantasy Flight Star Wars games are a lot of fun.
Yeah,
are a lot of fun.
Wizards of the Coast did do their own run of a Star Wars RPG in particular that was like a D20 based system. But it's fun to play different systems. In the same way, it's like, yeah, there's been a whole lot of Star Wars video games. I still want more.
Give
them to me.
The classic West End games, Star Wars tabletop RPG. Like a lot of people who are currently in the Lucasfilm story group, and a lot of people who are actors or writers or just like creative people on Star Wars use those old West End source books as like their Bibles. Yeah, like so there's been some Star Wars stuff that's like very built for Star Wars fans to play tabletop, and if you're into Star Wars, I recommend you look into it. Last thing I want to talk about, I did not put a link into this. I'm so sorry, and now my computer is having issues. But I want to talk about this Steam Deck Verified thing before we move on a little bit from games.
Okay.
Deck Verified is basically a site that Valve has set up where you can go and you can look at how any game is going to perform on your Steam Deck.
Oh my God.
Now, this is interesting for a couple reasons, right? Number one, if you're getting a Steam Deck, you want to know, right? This is my favorite game. Does this work on the Steam Deck yet? Or this is my favorite game. How's the compatibility, right? But remember, the Steam Deck is not about Steam Deck.
No.
This is about Proton. This is about Valve's compatibility layer that they want built to make any game on Steam work on any machine you have in your house. By putting together Steam Deck Verified, they have created a way to do a few things. Number one, publicly call out a developer that's not making their stuff ready for Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Number two, get the Steam Deck community and users contacting those developers directly.
Hey, I want to play it on my Steam Deck.
That's very interesting. And what I like is they've taken sort of an emulator based compatibility listing to what they've done. So like if you ever look at stuff for an emulator, there's usually like a big spreadsheet and you look up the game and it's like, does it boot? Is it playable? Does it play well? Is it perfect?
Right.
And Proton's had a site for this. But by making a front-facing, easy-to-use, easy-to-give feedback Steam Deck version of this site, Valve is really gunning to create this platform.
And I think that's sick. I'm all in.
It's very smart of them. Very smart of them.
I like it very, very much. Hey, you know what else was smart?
What?
Selling that Xbox mini fridge.
Ooh.
Microsoft.
Baby, we're a business show. I've got my street MBA.
I, of course, passed the bar in the state of Virginia, which, you know, it's not a legal issue, but...
We know good business.
We do.
We know a good product.
We know a good business when we see it.
Baby, sometimes I'm walking down the street and I go, that's a business. I can point at any building. And I can tell you whether it's a house or a business.
Yes, absolutely.
You know?
He does it every time. He won't stop.
I'll walk by, I'll be like, that's a house. And then we'll be like, that's a Best Buy. That's a business. That's a pizza place. Maybe confusing because you can eat there and you can eat at home, but that's a business. I know a business when I see it.
Very impressive. Y'all, the Xbox mini fridge You might have seen they had originally sent them out as press. They even sent some full-size refrigerators out to a couple of people.
This is, ooh.
They put out the pre-orders, and the pre-orders sold out within 15 minutes.
Dude, this is just a case of a marketing team capitalizing and taking a message and making it theirs, right?
And a meme. Yeah.
Everybody was like, this thing is so big, it's like a mini fridge. And they're like, fuck you, it really is a mini fridge. How about that?
Yeah, give us your money.
We can laugh at ourselves. And
give us your money.
And then everybody said, wait. We were joking, but also can we have the mini fridge?
And they were like, for money. For a bunch of money.
Okay, yes. And they just flipped it around.
Yep.
That's the art of the deal, baby. Think about that.
No, I won't. But it's ridiculous. It's silly. And people ate that shit right up. It's going to be as hard to get as a next-gen console. As a current-gen console, rather.
I can't believe that's actually... What do you think you'll be able to get first?
A PlayStation 5 or a Xbox mini fridge?
Xbox Series X.
Okay.
PlayStation 5.
Uh-huh.
Xbox mini fridge. What are you able to get first right now?
PlayStation.
Lottery.
Because the lottery.
I wonder if they're gonna make another run of those fridges.
How much was it selling for?
How much was it selling for?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm on their blog right now. It doesn't say.
Does anybody know how much? Oh wait, it was down at the bottom there.
Money.
Up.
Money.
Up.
Money.
There it is. Oh no, the mini fridge will be available. I mean, it was $100.
It was $100. I'd have bought it.
It was $100.
Would you have bought it if you'd seen it? If you accidentally stumbled on that page, would you have bought a $100 mini fridge?
I would have.
I spent that much on the mini fridge out there.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We could have bought it and put it in here.
We needed a mini fridge. I bought a mini fridge like 2 weeks ago.
And we could have had a mini fridge that worked on
our
the set.
Yeah.
Now look, obviously we have a very complicated set. And so
wall.
anything that we add to it has to fit with the theme we have going on right now, which is room.
Which is tough. It's a tough
theme. Which is room.
I did buy a bunch of stuff. I almost went to go get it. I won't do that.
No, don't do that.
I got a bunch of stuff. We're gonna put stuff.
We're gonna put stuff.
There's gonna be stuff very soon.
Buddy, you think there's gonna be stuff? You're right. Speaking of Xbox, Phil Spencer.
What's up, Phil?
Doesn't want to sell you an Xbox. We know that.
Of course not. He's all done making the machines.
Please stop making him make Xboxes. Please stop making him make Xbox fridges. Please just buy Game Pass, everybody. And to that end, Phil Spencer just he said in the Wall Street Journal Tech Live event, he was like, hey, somebody was like, hey, is the Xbox Game Studio lineup complete or near complete? How do you feel about it? And Spencer said, it'll never be finished. We will never stop buying studios.
I guess it's never really over. Yeah, he said there's no quota. There's no kind of timeline where I have to go acquire studios by a certain time. But if we find a studio where we have a good fit, we share what we're trying to do and they're good to do. If we feel we can both get better, absolutely. It's one of the privileges we have of being at Microsoft. Having the capability to make a long-term approach and adding amazing creators' portfolios is an important part of that. He said, I'll buy whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, the translation there is, if you won't sign up for Game Pass now, maybe when I buy all the studios and you have no choice, you will sign up for Game Pass.
Yeah, disagree? I'll buy you. I'll buy your whole studio.
Just, wow. Wow. Just sat there in his blazer and t-shirt combo and said, come at me. It's always a smart blazer and t-shirt combo.
It is.
Look.
Just so you know, the last face you see before your company gets purchased.
Look, it's for them. It's a smart move.
Yeah.
It's a very smart move.
That's fair.
But it's a bit spooky.
It is.
But for right now, like we've been saying, for right now, it's just a good deal and it's a lot of fun. But we will I think we will. There's a world where we wake up in a few years. And things are a lot tougher for developers, for indie developers, and a lot of studios require you to buy into the Microsoft ecosystem. And that should be interesting.
While we're talking about tech and business, let's stay on tech and business, and let's talk about Apple. Because this Apple event was fucking bananas, y'all.
Yo, my computer's not computering right now. Like, it's not, there's no computer in it.
Uh-huh.
I think
And
I
here's
think I need computer.
So here's what I'm going to say before we get into this to save us a little bit of time. We don't like existing in capitalism. We don't like billionaires and big corporations.
Mm-hmm.
We're also tech people. So save your Apple is this, Apple is that, because we know and we agree. We're all on the same page, so there's no progress to be made in that conversation.
However, these new processors are thick boys.
Let's look at some thick boy tech, babies.
These are some thick boys.
Oh my God. Okay.
First of all, there are AirPods. They still don't fit in my ear. Moving on.
I like my AirPods.
The MacBook Pros.
I just bought this.
Yeah, but it's still a great laptop.
It's still a great laptop, but I'm still a little mad.
And it was an inexpensive laptop.
It was.
And that's the thing that we knew last year. So Saige has the M1 MacBook.
Inexpensive for a Mac.
For a Mac, but I mean inexpensive for a high-end laptop.
Yeah. So I have the MacBook Pro, the first M7 that they did.
M1.
M1. Saying thank you.
Yeah,
Number.
the first
numbers
M1.
don't work in my brain.
And
Looked
we
at another
knew-
number on the screen.
Yeah.
That was the number now.
It's in the old chassis for the old MacBook that they used to put the Intel MacBooks in, and we knew that this was a transitional model. And like last year we were talking about it, and I remember when you were buying it, I was just like, we were just like, this is the best deal for an Apple laptop there's ever going to be. There's ever going to be. But now that they've tested that tech,
Oh boy.
they've released 2 new processors. So there's an M1, which is what Saige has. The 2 new processors are the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. This is very confusing because the MacBooks are still called MacBook Pros no matter what processor you have in them.
Yep.
We had a bit of an Abbott and Costello moment last night when
You're
we were
like,
trying
it's
to
a Pro.
figure it out.
And I was like, this is a Pro. And you're like, no, the M1 Pro. And I'm like, the MacBook Pro with the M1.
But who's on first?
Right.
But these new MacBooks now use the M1 Pro, the M1 Max. The specs and benchmarks on these things are wild.
You can get 64 gigs of memory.
Now, remember that these M1 chips are
On your
using
laptop.
unified memory. The GPU and the CPU don't have to push things back and forth between each other the way they do in a standard kind of Intel-based or AMD-based system. This is an ARM chip, right? So everything is unified. So that memory is shared. There's direct access at all times. The memory bandwidth on these things is something like 400 gigabytes a second. Mm-hmm. That's the same as a very high-end video card. That's the same as like a Quadro 6000, which is a pro 3D video card. These things are fucking fast. They are fast, and they are thick.
And somebody,
they're big boys.
Oh, big boys. Somebody in our chat said, now we just need software that works on them. As someone who uses it every day, that's an old take.
Yeah, that
was a week one. That was a week one take. Everything works.
Yeah.
Everything works. There is, other than things that are like OS X exclusionary, there's nothing I can't do.
Yeah, I think,
Fuck it. I got enough. I'll dual boot. I don't care.
Yeah, I miss the ability to throw Windows onto it and do boot camp. I mean, you can I think you can virtualize and it's pretty fast, but there's nothing I really need to virtualize for anymore.
I have nothing I need to do that for.
I mean, games, but I have my gaming PC and
yeah, I don't use my MacBook for that. If I was trying to, I could see that being an issue.
It really does like just crush. I mean, even the stuff that wasn't written for M1, like Premiere was even going pretty well on your system before they did the M1 modifications. And now that it's on M1, it's even faster. And I mean, Resolve is insanely fast. Everything is fast. It's fucking nuts, man. It's fucking nuts. Now, for development, some people are talking about like hardcore development stuff. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
it may
I
not
guess,
be right for you. But
yeah, I mean, it's a laptop. At the end of the day, too, it's also a laptop.
But I mean, there's a lot. I understand a lot of Linux devs use laptops as their main machine, so I get that. But
Sure.
I can't really speak to it. What I can speak to is ports. They put the ports back, baby. There's an HDMI on there.
I'm so jealous.
There's an SD card on there.
Is it a full or is it the mini?
Full HDMI.
Because that's not.
Full, baby.
Have they had a MacBook Pro with a full HDMI?
Not in years.
Because even before they took away the ports, my last 2 laptops have not had the ports, but they had the mini that you had to have an adapter for.
Yeah, no, this is full. This is full size. And it now pushes the laptop monitor, which is one of the near 4K, Retina LED, mini LED monitors.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it will push 3 of Apple's Studio XDR monitors. Those are like the 4K or 8K HDR, and a television at the same time.
Come on.
It's fucking wild. There's a headphone jack. It's got everything. And look, I'm not saying thank you, Daddy Apple, for the ports, because everything comes with ports except for Apple computers. But it's nice that they put them back. They got rid of the touch bar.
Yep.
And they put function keys there.
Which is really nice. I got to be honest with you. The touch bar is annoying.
I love my function keys. I use them all the time.
I hate accidentally pressing the Siri button.
They have
That's my
functions,
worst.
these keys.
I think that's great. I think that's really wonderful. It's the first time that Apple feels like they've listened in so long. It's the first time it feels like Apple is pushing things forward in so long, as opposed to just doing what everyone else is doing under Apple prices and Apple look.
This is the Apple that got me to switch over when OS X started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is that same Apple where it's like, this is good tech. They're doing good things with it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks nice. It's easy to use. Now these aren't cheap laptops, and we'll get into that. But I think they are. I think they are competitive on for what they are. But some other things they come with. They updated the webcam. It's now a new 1080 webcam.
Yeah.
There's a notch at the top of the display, which kind of makes me scratch a little bit. But unlike a phone where it's taking up usable, like really important usable space, on a laptop it's mostly taking up where your menu bar would be.
Yeah.
Now there are some things that I go into full screen for, and I'm sure it'll bug me there. But the other thing that I love about it is let's see. We did physical keyboard. We did the
battery life improvements are really, really impressive as well.
Dude, your laptop goes for like a day.
Yeah, straight up. And this one, it says 16 to 17. 17 hours with a 16-inch version. 17 hours of video. 21 hours of video playback. Sorry. And 17 hours with the 14-inch. Too many. I have dyscalculia.
I know.
And it's acting up, and I'm gonna need your help.
That's okay. I got it. So yeah, they.
Wow, that's the most it's ever acted up on the internet.
That's okay. So we've got 21 hours of consistent video playback. It's also that mini LED, so that's like, and it's at 1,000 nits brightness, so it's hugely bright. And it has something like 250 local dimming zones, so it's going to be a really nice HDR picture. It brings in the variable refresh rate that the iPhones and iPads have.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something that requires 120 hertz, it goes at 120 hertz.
Yeah.
If you're just reading a screen full of text, it goes down to 10 hertz, which saves you that battery life, keeps everything running cool. This is a huge, whether you like Apple or not, they are killing the game when it comes to laptops right now.
I have to acknowledge Alonzo in the live studio audience said, think of how long the battery will last when water isn't spilled on it initially. I'll have you know they had to fully replace this due to the full glass of water that was spilled on it within 2 weeks of purchasing.
This is all very exciting. MagSafe is back. MagSafe is back.
Yeah.
Which is huge. And not only, but don't worry, if you don't want to use MagSafe, you can still charge through one of the 4 Thunderbolt ports. Fuck. They're really doing it. Now, that's an Apple graph.
Yeah.
And what we say Apple graph is, what does that mean?
Right.
But they finally actually said what it means. If you go down the bottom right corner of that graph, they actually tell you what PC they are benchmarking this against.
4-core PC laptop performance data from testing MSI Prestige 14 Evo A11M 220.
And the 8-core is an MSI GP66 Leopard. So these are some higher-end MSI laptops. If you want, let's bring that graph back up again. So performance versus power. What's crazy is like when we used your M1 for the first time, and I remember we exported a video, we went, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like we literally did. Like we went, oh fuck. Now this
is ridiculous.
This is a Surface Book 3. I've got an i7 in here. I've got the one that's got like a very fancy NVIDIA graphics card. And that wrecked shop on me.
Yeah.
That little 13-inch laptop wrecked shop on me. It was wild. It was wild. So now we're talking about these M1 Pros that take less power and give you about twice the performance. Now, here's what's up. These are expensive laptops.
They are.
They are back to MacBook Pro pricing. The 14-inch starts at $19.99. The 16-inch starts at $24.99. But something that I saw yesterday that Linus Tech Tips was talking about was if you price these laptops up against something like a Dell XPS, which is Dell's competition to a MacBook Pro, it's a really nice PC laptop. Prices are pretty much the same. So Apple's still being very competitive here with their pricing.
Interesting.
Now, the last thing that's crazy about this that I want to talk about, you can put an 8 terabyte SSD in this laptop.
You sure fucking can.
It's going to cost you $2,500 extra.
Extra?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bunch of other upgrades with that as well. It can't be just for the hard drive. That's got to be it.
I think the hard drive can only go in the tippy toppest laptop.
Right. So you're going to have the 64 gigs of RAM. You're going to have the...
Right. But it is $2,500 on top of that. I know because I know somebody who bought one yesterday.
Yeah. I just want to clarify that's not the only upgrade for that. It's not like base model plus hard drive equals $2,500 extra, 35 or 4,500 total.
Oh yeah. That's what it would be if they offered it on the base. It's a $2,500 hard drive. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'd like to dig into those numbers because that doesn't...
It doesn't sound right, but it is. Should we spec one out?
Yeah.
Let's spec one out.
For that to be the price of just that upgrade feels wild.
I know.
Yeah, because how much is the whole thing then? Is what I would want to know exactly.
Oh, it's like a $7,000 laptop.
So you think it's $7,000 at that point?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, look, that's a massive SSD.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I wish my computer was computering today. But yeah, if you want, the 10-core M1 Max with 32 gigs of unified memory and a terabyte of storage starts at $34.99. That's if you want the M1 Max, the bestest, biggest boy chip. Very few people are going to want that fastest, biggest boy chip.
Right.
I don't think you're going to need it.
Yeah.
If we up the 32 gigs to 64 gigs, that's another $400.
Holy shit.
If we add the 8 terabyte
$2,200.
SSD, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It wasn't 25. It's
still
$2,200 for
That's bananas.
for a hard drive.
I know SSD is generally still pretty expensive, but like that's bananas.
It's banana, but like to me, 8 terabytes in a hard drive I feel like maybe I don't have that in my desktop.
No.
I have like a backup drive.
Yeah. And like the only thing I could think of is if it was a gaming PC is like if you really want to download all of Steam, all of it.
I think
Steam as a whole.
I think
every
my
game.
entire game collection is a couple terabytes.
Yeah.
Including like ROMs and classic games and new stuff. It's a few terabytes. And I put the PC stuff, the stuff that needs to run on a fast drive, but then I just have like a big, external bookshelf drive. I can't imagine 8 terabytes. Like I have this little Velcro tape right here at the bottom of my laptop. That's for like my little Samsung 1 terabyte drive, which is more than I could ever imagine using.
Yeah. I was just waiting to see if Bratz noticed me. They haven't
see that.
Bratz has not noticed me yet. It's okay. It's fine. That's okay.
And somebody's like photo and video take up a lot of space. Believe me, I know. I work in photo and video. Like, believe me, I'm aware. But you don't keep all of it on the drive at once. That's why. I guess now you can. That's the thing is, I guess you can rethink the way
you store.
Yeah, the way this feels to me is like when Apple did the same thing where it's like the first iPod that came out was 5 gigs, and then they were like, here's like 128 gigs, and I was like, for music? Really? This feels like that kind of a jump, you know what I mean?
I get that.
Where it's like, That's a lot of space.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were getting 8 gig phones?
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa.
When they announced that this phone comes in 1 terabyte, I was like, for who? For what?
I have every iPhone I've ever had on my iPhone, though.
I mean,
I have every iPhone I've ever had on this phone.
that's true. And I do get the iCloud message on this one because I have
You haven't done the upgrade?
I have 256 gigs in this.
It's $3 a month, and it makes transitioning phones really easy for me. I've done it.
I've
done the iCloud.
I always do the phone to phone where they kiss because it saves all of your passwords and settings. That way you never
That's
have to
nice.
re-enter anything.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
It's absolutely wild. Nothing else from the Apple event was particularly interesting. You got your AirPods 3. They're AirPodier, a little bit different in shape.
Yeah, these are not the AirPods Pro.
No. They are shaped a little more like the Pros, which is interesting, and the case is a little more Pro shaped.
They're still not going to fit in my ears. I know they're still not going to fit in my ears. They're going to fall right out.
We got a new look for the HomePod Mini. Feel like a overpriced Bluetooth speaker.
Which computer? Because I feel like, do you speak to any computers? And if you do, which computer do you speak to? Like, do you have an assistant in your home that you use voice stuff with?
Yeah. I use an Amazon Alexa.
So you
I
use
have
an Alexa.
a system of Alexas around my home.
And did you?
I have little Echo Dots
Yeah.
and an Echo.
Did you consciously make that choice, or you just sort of fall into it?
I just fell into it.
I feel like that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Apple's
And I
thinking
do
that
use Siri.
we're consciously gonna make a choice to buy a HomePod, but it's sort of like Amazon just sent me a couple things that do Alexa,
Yeah.
and so now I talk to Alexa.
Yeah, it was convenient. It was like a little more affordable than some of the other options. I just liked it. I just wanted a speaker in my bathroom for when I take showers. So I was like, well, get some smart plugs, call it a day.
I don't like to talk to a computer, so whatever computer gives me to talk to first, I guess that's who I talk to.
Yeah, exactly. And I had one of the like little Google Home Minis, and I plugged it in once and didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They sent me a couple.
I'm sure it's great, but
They sent me so many free
little ones.
Google
Home Minis, yeah.
Minis. They were just like, here you go. Here's one for having the YouTube Premium, and here's one for just being you, bud.
Yeah.
And here's one because I'm thinking about
Which
you.
your Stadias, yeah.
I'm thinking about you on a Thursday, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice, Google. You have to stop sending me these
Yeah.
things.
It was like your Stadias. And now you
Yeah.
only have one Stadia.
Yeah, now I only have one Stadia.
Congratulations. I'm
Thank
proud of
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
That's progress. Buried in Apple news, unfortunately, for Google. Google released also the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. Pixel 6.
Pixel 6.
Pickup sticks.
Pixie sticks.
And they're cute. They're went
cute.
for a color thing.
They're continuing their two-tone thing. I have to say, when the first Pixels came out and they had that beautiful, like, they called it the panda colorway, and you remember it looked like a 60s like Dieter Rams, like it looked like a bronze shaver for a man in the 60s.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is such a cool look. And it's like they thought the cool part of that was the fact that it was 2 colors, and they've just been riding that. I think it's a good looking phone. I just don't like the bar. And believe me, I have this stovetop thing going on my phone, and I don't like it either. But I just don't like that it's a big solid bar of camera.
Yeah, I agree. And then the thing at the top, the little cap, I'm not here for. I don't get it. I don't get the two-tone at the top.
I think
It just feels like you used a replacement part.
I don't know. I think it's kind of nice. But not all the colorways speak to me. I think that blue and teal one.
I think the blue and green one's kind of nice.
Yeah, the teal and green is nice.
When you style it with your outfit like that.
Yeah, that's fun. Here's what I'll say that I find very interesting. A lot of press got the phone.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of unboxing videos yesterday.
Yeah.
There were not a lot of videos talking about the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Marquez Brownlee said that he was not allowed to talk about camera, software changes, performance. He is under embargo, I think, for another week, which is an interesting sign for new tech.
Yep.
And I would say, I mean, a lot of people tried to buy their Pixel yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and Google was crashing left and right, which, like, Google, you run all the servers that Amazon doesn't run.
You've got plenty of servers.
You should not crash during a pre-order.
No. Very
But
odd. It looks so...
people were trying to buy it, and I would say if you couldn't get through yesterday to buy it, wait until this embargo lifts, because an embargo like that is a very interesting one.
Yeah, it definitely raises concerns of why they wouldn't want you to speak about the functionality before you get the opportunity to purchase it. They want to get those early purchases in before the reviews, which is not a great sign.
Yeah. So just
Look how big it looks in the hand. Does mine look that? No, mine doesn't look that big in my hand. And I have small hands.
it's how big is the
Look how
6
big
Pro?
that looks in that hand.
It's a big boy.
And this is
It's
this is the Pro Max. This is the biggest iPhone.
So your Pro Max is what? It's a 6.1 inch display. The Pixel 6 is a 6.4, and the Pixel 6 Pro is a 6.7. That's almost a 7-inch display.
Holy shit.
That's a tablet.
Yeah, the Pro Max is 6.3 inches.
Okay, so
in,
you've got
in not screen, but in full.
Yeah, so
phone.
you've got like the 6.1 inch screen.
Yeah.
That's a 6.7 inch screen. That's a big boy.
And is it edge to edge?
Yeah, it's pretty. It's yeah. It has the
Let me see.
It has the
Show me
LTPO,
the front of the phone,
like the
cowards.
slightly
Curved, yeah.
with no borders on the sides for the Pro.
Stop
The-
showing me the back of the phone, you cowards.
The 6 still has like some light bezeling, but nothing crazy. I think it's a good looking phone. Some of the colorways I think are really good. Some of them I think are, not for me.
Yeah, of course.
But the ones I think are not for me are like really not for me in a way where I'm like, is there going to be dead stock of that colorway? Because that's a wild colorway.
It is,
The
yeah.
red and pink, I'm like, because that pink is more of like a flesh
The
tone
like
peach.
Yeah, it's a peach and orange.
It's interesting.
It's a Caucasian flesh and orange. And it's icky.
It does have, it's got
I
all
don't
the
like
stuff.
it.
Listen, a lot of the stuff that Apple just added to the 13 Pro and the 12 Pro, the Pixels had for a little while, especially on the Pro. So it's got the 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate. It's got a battery that supposedly lasts over 24 hours, even when you're using 5G. I don't know. They say they're using machine learning now to know what apps to have in memory and what to like not run in the background, and it's all very fancy sounding.
Flannel Fries in the live studio audience said it won't fit in your pocket, so you have to match it with your jacket.
Yeah, right?
That's it.
It should just
That's the thing.
It should just come with like a like an old-timey book strap like kids
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
use where you
yeah.
could just like la 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 la.
Right, where there's like hooks on the side of it that you can just put like a crossbody on, and that's
Yes.
your bag.
Yes.
Yeah, it probably needs it. Anthony, it's already 9:37.
937.
It's 9:37.
Surely not.
This is your reminder to tell Bratz I should probably stream for them. Look, they've only done one stream so far. They haven't gained a lot of attention, but I think we could really do something with it. Hit us up. It could be an official Pixel Circus collaboration, or you can just hire me to host. I'm up for either one. I'm
Bratz,
all
come on the
in.
show, cowards.
Bratz, yeah. Send a brat to come and talk to us.
Yeah, we would love to
anything.
speak to one of the brats.
We would love that. So just saying, we'll put we'll make a whole Bratz program.
Oh, we'll do a Bratz Day.
Oh, we do a whole Bratz program.
We're not-
A Bratz TTRPG.
Oh my goodness.
Queer and fashion fabulous.
Live for fashion. Fashion is life.
Just saying.
Bratz, please.
I'm going to go email Bratz, everybody. So we got to sign off for the day. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for starting your morning with us. Of course, if it's your first time here, we do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at exactly 8 a.m. Pacific. If you think that is incorrect, if it is not 8 a.m. where you are, or it seems like we're running late, please do check with the proper authorities that your time is working, because it does seem
call
incorrect.
311 in your city
And please
tell them the time is wrong.
And have that taken care of. Have that fixed.
Yeah. If you're new, welcome. We
Welcome.
appreciate you being here. We want to give a shout out. We do this at the end of every show.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give a shout out to people who directly supported the show during the show. So let's go through the roll call of very good BBs. Jesse PB with the resub. Sterok 2745, Oric Bottom, GamerKel 1991. Thank you all for the follows, and GamerKel, thank you for the host. Goochman Twitch, our very own Mike, given 5 subs. Thank you very much, Mike. You don't have to do.
You
that,
don't have to
Mike.
do
You're
that.
a social coordinator now. You don't do that.
You community manage.
You're community managed. You socially coordinate. You're doing all the things. You don't need to do that. Soup time. Maddox. Archimedes, Narc My Words. That's a good one.
That's really good.
Darth Rattles. Thank you all for the follows. G Rex with the $5. Enjoy sugar breakfast and the new AC.
Thank you.
I'm being replaced. Bad Wolf Inc.
See, and I got air conditioning or Animal Crossing, and I wasn't sure which.
Tianmar with the resub for 7 months. I just bought myself a dinner dessert donut, so you deserve some sugar breakfast. Thank you, Tianmar. Solid Splake, Trevelyan, thank you for the follows. Blue Pirate, thank you for the host as always. We really do appreciate it. Kaylin Roar with that $150 tip that we read off earlier. Thank you for your generosity. It's much appreciated. Bacon Fork with the follow. Kurt with the tip of $25.31. Mr. Laugh 81 with the 7-month resub. Thank you. Mouse Hunt 93. A name, a promise, a very good movie. Thank you for the follow. Kaylin Roar with the resub. What's good, Space Cowboys? Kaylin Roar says. What's good, Kaylin Roar? 54 Aqua Snakes with $14.70. Treats for Dagger. Oh, thank you. Fugitive Sidekick with the resub for 3 months. Man, you babies were on it today.
Yeah.
Bake Menage. Thank you for the follow. 54 Aqua Snakes with 90 bits. David Dave Boy with the resub for 2 months in a row. Best and only news content with Sugar Breakfast. Thank you. Shiny Marigold with the resub for 7 months. I am here forever. It's fine.
Yay!
54 Aqua Snakes with the resub for 9 months. Thank you so much. Off-brand 83 with the resub for 4 months. Hello, 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 they say. Hello, 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 right back. Kurt Thulu with the resub for 9 months. Running away with the circus has never been more fun. We can't legally say that, but if that's your honest opinion as a consumer, then we're allowed to quote it.
Everybody, you're the best. And we appreciate you very, very much. I hope that you will come back and join us on Friday because it's Costume Friday.
It's Costume Friday.
We have a special costume. Do we tell them?
No.
Okay.
They see it on Costume Friday.
Okay, come see it. Come see it on Friday. Of course, there's a bunch of other places that you can hang out with us in the meantime. You can follow the channel here. This Saturday is the season finale and boss battle of Damsel's Dice and Everything Nice. It's going to be chaos. We have a bunch of stuff to resolve from the last couple episodes. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And Anthony.
Saige.
Where can they hang out with you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you for asking. I'm a Carboni everywhere on the internet, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. Every Friday, you can catch my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata. It's called We Have Concerns. There's a new episode in just 2 days, and it's a lot of fun. I think if you enjoy this, you will definitely enjoy that. And also, no, that's not this Friday. That's next Friday, so I have nothing more to say. Saige. Where are you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at NonSage. I stream over on my channel, and I stream a bunch of other places. You can find me on Smosh Games. I will be there this Friday. We are carving pumpkins, and I'm very excited about it. Also on their YouTube channel, our new video just went up of the next part of Courtney and I's Sim series. It is the Sims Bachelorette, and we are trying to find Sim-me love amongst all of the characters that people play on Smosh. It's very, very fun. It's a cute, good video, and I like it very much. And I would love it if you showed a little bit of support. You can find me on Mad Cave Studios this afternoon here on Twitch at 12 o'clock Pacific. Going to be talking about games, talking about comics rather, doing a live draw with Anoon. Anoon's been on a few times. It's going to be very, very fun.
How exciting.
You can find me on the D&D channel tomorrow. Mark Mears running a one-shot for the Black Dice Society. It's going to be a good time.
We love to see it.
That's all my stuff.
Hey, everybody, I just want to... I can't even show it.
Would you like me to pull up your tweet, Anthony?
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Hey, everybody, we love you very much. A reminder that even if we're not part of the roll call, you're still very important. We love to see you joining the Discord. We love to see you. Just sharing when we go live. Okay, I did tweet. I just want everybody to know before we leave, I asked Goodreads to recommend me poetry based on my past stuff because I don't know a lot about poetry, and it fucking dunked on me. I said, what's some good poetry based on what I've read? And it fucking dunked on me.
And it said, here, you little baby man.
It said, eat some crayons, asshole.
Here you go, little baby man. And then
so,
while we're showing tweets.
Yeah. So there you go. Like that tweet for sure. And if you know anything about poetry, go into the It's Too Early channel in the Discord and recommend me some poetry. I don't know anything about poetry.
Okay, you just decided you want to know about poetry?
I've only read like the standard high school stuff. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to know more. And I have not read all of those Dr. Seuss books, but I'm planning on it.
So anything that isn't Robert Frost, if you read in high school. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. You deserve it. And we will see you on Friday.
Bye, BBs.